Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I want to respond to what my colleague from Texas just said. When you're quoting Joseph Goebbels about the role of state in the public debate, we have a big problem. Isn't that right, Ms. Jankowicz? I mean, that's alarming as hell to me when that becomes the gold standard of Hitler and all that was going on in Russia, in German atrocities during World War II, when that becomes the quote of this hearing. I also want to respond to another comment where it said that Biden ruined our credibility around the world. I would argue that Mr. Trump is doing that right now, canceling USAID contracts, breaching our promises and our agreements to our friends and allies across the world, making our country less safe. That is why we find us in this role. You know, I'm really disappointed that we're devoting this first hearing to a conspiracy theory that the State Department, out of some larger sinister motive, routinely censors free speech. Today's Republican hot topic roulette has us talking about an agency that the Republicans let this Congress expire. It's my understanding that the GEC's mandate is to address foreign propaganda, misinformation, and disinformation. Ms. Jankowicz, I would think that that would be a fundamental priority for the United States, that we should not want our adversaries putting misinformation into our public discord in order to adversely affect elections and other things. Wouldn't you agree?
I would absolutely agree. And, you know, I'll note also that the GEC was created through a bipartisan bill, the Portman-Murphy counter-disinformation bill. And many of the actions that have been referenced so far in this hearing took place under the Trump administration, under a Trump appointee, Leah Gabriel, who was an intelligence analyst, a fighter pilot, and a former Fox News host as well.
Right, exactly. You know, I think that this whole notion that we want to try to regulate the speech of people in our country and online social media companies. Did I understand your testimony correctly that you do believe that private businesses have a right to regulate the content on their platform?
Absolutely. We sign up to terms of service when we share our cat pictures or our kid pictures or whatever it is that my co-witnesses share online. We sign up to those terms of service. And sometimes those terms of service say things like, you can't share terrorist content. You can't share child sexual abuse material. And if we decide it, you can't share what we deem disinformation also. And we being the social media platforms there.
Right. And they have a right to do that. But what's genesis this problem is that so many on the far right just made shit up in the electoral context, put stuff out there, and then the social media platform said, you know, we're not going to tolerate just blatant lies, blatant falsehoods on our platforms. There has to be some basis of reality. And now the Republicans are pushing back because they got their hand in the cookie jar on that, right?
Well, the scientific research from universities like New York, Indiana University, and Yale all points to the fact that Republicans share more content that is more likely to be moderated. It's not that they're being censored, it's that they're breaking the rules that they can read if they read the fine print.
Right. Thank you so much for your testimony today. I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back, and the chair will remind people to direct their comments, especially curse words, at the chair